you're back with us. This is Dave Edelman with Cox Communication. We've been talking with representatives from Food from the Heart, which is an organization that provides food which you could actually see out here for folks who are in their homes that can't get out, and it's the most amazing food. It's very healthy. It's not just thrown together in a box or a basket. It's made with so much love and care, which is really what I feel from both of you. Evelyn Jacob, who is the founder, and Bridget Otera, who is also a volunteer for this program. And Bridget, I have to commend you, in addition to Evelyn, obviously, for doing this. I mean, this is pretty amazing, and you're smiling so much.
I love it.
You're a great I mean, that's the best volunteer. A volunteer that this has got to come from your heart, as the food's coming from your heart.
It does. I feel very fortunate to be able to do this and to serve the community, because there's a lot of people out there that, I mean, when you give it to them, they smile. Their face is going to crack. They're so happy. They're just waiting for Wednesdays.
They're waiting at the door for us to show up.
They're waiting.
It's really touching.
They're like, oh, it's Wednesday.
And they've got the table set. You go in there, you bring them their bag, and the table's all set for one, just waiting.
It's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, but it's really amazing for us to be able to provide this. The feeling we get lasts us all week until we start it over the next week.
We start all over again Tuesday.
Right.
So talk a little bit about the organization itself, because you're not a well-known, very small, shoestring budget, nonprofit organization in the community that you're kind of trying to do this good stuff.
That's right. Well, we're a 501c3 corporation. We are a nonprofit, and every penny that comes into our organization, any donation we get, goes right into the food. We have 4 people on staff. We don't do fundraisers because it costs money to make that kind of money, and we would rather take any donation that we get and use it to buy chicken or meat or vegetables or fruits or
containers.
Containers are a big cost. Right.
You know, I would imagine that your budget's not that great. It's $95,000, which is nothing in a community like this. But I would imagine that the money that anyone donates to this will go a long, long way. And while I'm talking, we're going to put up your website and your P.O. box so that we could, you know, if anyone out there has it in their heart and looks at this and says, you know, as opposed to me going out to dinner and spending $300-400 on a dinner for myself and my family, let me write a check to Food from the Heart and look at what you can provide. So I would imagine, like, for $1,000 or that you can feed people for a long time.
We would feed people for a month, and that would be great. Because as it is now, we exist month to month. And so far that's worked for us for 15 years, month to month. And after a while it just gets a little tiring to just wonder, how are we going to make it? We know we have enough for the next 2 months, but will we be okay for the next 3 months and after that? And the price of containers keeps going up. So this is just, these containers in the bag is about over $1 per person per week. So it's a lot. It adds up, not counting the food costs.
Yeah. And again, this food is as I would call it, real food. It's not packaged food. It's not.
It is, and it's made with so much love and so much laughter. People feel the healing when they're eating it. It's palpable. It's real.
Well, they probably feel the laughter as you're preparing it, and feel the love as you prepare. Exactly. I could just imagine going in there and watching this whole experience.
You're welcome to come.
Come any Wednesday.
We could always
watch us in action.
So what are your other needs? I know you have a certain, because of the size of the kitchen, you have a certain limit about the number of meals that you could provide, but you're surviving on a shoestring week to week to week to week. That's got to be an uncomfortable feeling. So obviously you need money to keep that going and to feel the freedom. So, oh gosh, okay, we have now enough money to last us for the rest of the year.
Right.
What about volunteers and workers, or how is that?
We have a great base of volunteers, but we would certainly welcome more, because people always have doctor's appointments or school appointments with their kids, or they go on vacation. And it's all, you can see on our website, there are directions to the Trinity Lutheran Church. and there's all the information you need to come and volunteer, and you don't need to have cooking experience. In fact, you get a lot of cooking experience. We've had people who didn't know how to cook at all, and they are now feeding their families in whole new ways. And they get ideas on how to make food look beautiful, because when someone's taken the care to garnish it with parsley or to put some sprinkled onions on her, it makes you want to eat it, and your appetite is increased. And for these people who are in healing crises, they need that.
You know, one of the things I always say is that you can give me a tuna fish sandwich and you can put it on a paper plate and throw it at me, or you can cut the crust off of it and give it on a silver platter, and it's going to taste so much better.
It really will.
Because it comes with a lot of love and a lot of
care.
Food from the heart. Such a logical name for your organization. So, Bridget, as you're talking to your friends about volunteering, give me the pitch. Tell me
the pitch.
Besides the smile, give me the pitch.
The pitch is that if you like working with good food, you will learn definitely how to combine things, how to present it so it's aesthetically pleasing, as we were talking about. And there's a lot of laughter. The family that we work with, there's a lot of camaraderie, and you don't actually have to even work with the food. You can be somebody that sweeps up. I actually enjoy cleaning up as we go to make sure that we have the proper hygiene in there. Or you can be a delivery person, but there's different places where you can volunteer at Food from the Heart. You don't have to be the person stirring the big pot.
Although you'll learn how to stir the big pot.
You learn a lot of things.
Do that.
You really do.
It's all got to come from the heart. What about food that could folks donate food, or restaurants?
It's hard to use.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a hard one. That's hard. It's better for us to get the money and to buy the ingredients that we need. As Bridget was talking about volunteers, we do need drivers, and the drivers do get a route, and then they go and they'll take 4 or 5 bags, usually around where they live, so we make it easy. But last week, one of our volunteers had to take 15 bags, and that's a lot to deliver in 1 week. So if we can divide it up and have everyone take 3 or 4 or 5 bags, it really helps. And
knowing you and knowing how organized that you are, and
you get a map, and you get the phone numbers of the clients. And what happens is that you build up a camaraderie with your clients.
They probably get to know you.
You get to know them, and they get to know you. And for a lot of people, it's really the only person who stops by to see them all week. And the person who's not only bringing them food, but they're bringing them a kind word, and they're bringing them concern. How are you doing? Are you feeling better? Did you have that operation? How's your sister? I mean, you really get attached.
So this is not only food, this is therapy.
It's
it's great
for all of us.
It's
great. I mean, as much as great as it is for our clients, it is that great for each of us who volunteer our time.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time left. So what we're looking for is someone out there to write a check for $5,000. Is that right?
Please, thank you.
that would be
great.
No,
anywhere from what people need to understand is that from $100,000 to $25 will buy us enough cheese to use for the week. $100 will buy us the containers we need for a week. $150 will buy us the chicken and the beef that we can use.
This is feeling like a telethon. So no, and that's good, because I think this is such an important program that needs to survive and needs to make it in this community, because you have a certain niche that no one else is providing, and it's a service that no one else is providing. So Evelyn, thank you for creating this thing.
Much for having us.
Thank you for volunteering and being here and working on this. And again, thank you for joining us. We ask you to get involved. Find your passion. This is obviously their passion, and look at this great food. But find your passions. Get out there. Get involved. This is Dave Edelman with Cox Communications, and I'll see you next time.